Affordability and the economic impact of the tariff war with the U.S. dominated this federal election campaign, and it was no different in the two Kelowna area ridings. In the new Kelowna riding, Tracy Gray, the Conservative incumbent, was in a tight race with former Liberal MP Stephen Fuhr, who she replaced in 2019.
Well, I would say the biggest issues that I hear right now, right across the board, fall within a few different categories. And that relates to affordability, crime, mental health and addiction, and then now uncertainty with the unjustified trade tariffs, trade dispute with the United States.
If we don't solve this problem, everything else that falls underneath that, all the kitchen table things, all the things that matter to us day to day, will be affected by that. It'll be infinitely harder to fix housing, to give people good, or to allow people to have good jobs. Think about anything else that we do day to day that would be easier if our economy is in big trouble. So that's the problem we need to fix right now. It's urgent.
New to the ballot are Green Party contender Katrina Wright and the NDP's Trevor McAleese.
If we're looking at ways to provide relief for people today, things that will actually have some kind of a noticeable difference in their bills month to month, I think that these things are worth pursuing. Because after all, the carbon tax, the industrial carbon tax remains in place, and really it's the big emitters that we need to be focusing our attention on, more than trying to address, or than making consumers and working people pay for it.
Dan Albus returns as the Conservative candidate in the redrawn Okanagan Lake West South Kelowna riding. He's concerned skyrocketing costs are forcing young families out of BC.
They can't get into a house, and so they're asking, should I stay in British Columbia or should I, go to some place like Alberta? And their grandparents and their parents often don't have the money to finance a down payment through the bank of mom and dad.
Liberal candidate Juliette Secott argues that Mark Carney has given people a lot of hope at a time of uncertainty.
And what I'm hearing on the doorsteps is that people are concerned and they're having a tough time sleeping, but they feel a reassurance that Mark Carney is leading the Liberal Party.
Also on the ballot in the riding are the Green Party's Louise Lecouf, Debbie Robinson with the People's Party of Canada, Gary Suttard of the Canadian Future Party, and the NDP's Harpreet Badahal. Badahal says while affordability is the main issue he's hearing about, voters should also be concerned about the maintenance of services that could be under threat depending on who wins the election.
Economy should not become a reason to cut the essential services to people.
Voter turnout in the Central Okanagan was strong during advanced polls with lineups at many polling stations. We'll have to wait for the official results from Elections Canada to know if that carried over into Election Day. For Castanet News in Kelowna, I'm Cindy White.